to play the kind of snooker we know he's capable of right from the off.
Well, it was so important, as you mentioned, Phil, that he got those last two frames of the first session. Otherwise, it was just about all over. But, you know, if he can come out this first four frames 3-1 for him, I mean, the reception both these players got. I mean, even Judd Trump's got a massive fan base in China. They love him over there. But, I mean, this is a dream final, isn't it, really? But can Judd get closer to this man?
Yes, and even the O'Sullivan fans packed in here in Shanghai, I think, were rooting for Trump at the end of that session because they want to see a close final. We were expecting one at the outset. They've had a lot of close tussles. Remember, it's 8 wins apiece coming into this final, and their 6th final meeting, Trump having won 3 of the previous 5.
Well, a friend of mine texted me yesterday and asked me, how do you think it's going to go? And I said, on the text, I said, I don't think it'll be a runaway. And then suddenly I saw the score line this morning. I thought, whoa. I expected it to be 5-4 either way. So, yes, Judd has a bit to do here, but it's not beyond him.
And he has previous in that regard against the Rocket. If we think back to the 2014 UK final they contested, O'Sullivan was 9-4 ahead. So 5 up with 6 to play. And Trump forced a decider with some fabulous snooker, reeling off the frames. So he is capable.
Can it happen again? Who knows? Well, opening gambit really. They're not that far away. Just settling in again to find some rhythm. Played so well early on today in that first session. Just needs to put the icing on the cake, really.
For his 30th ranking title, which will put him in 2nd place on his own in the all-time list, just 6 behind Stephen Hendry.
Well, but already what Judd has done this week, he's gone to number 2 in the world behind Mark Selby, and if Ronnie wins today with extra £75,000, he will go to number 4 and displace John Higgins.
The man who he currently is tied at 29 ranking titles with in joint 2nd, so it'll be a double whammy for the Wizard, who was well beaten yesterday by O'Sullivan, 6-2.
Yeah, Ronnie's got a chance here. Well played. Slow down. Slow down. Ooh, that's a bit quick, this table. He hardly hit that. Might still take on the brown.
O'Sullivan, one of the converts to the new chalk.
Yep, Teom, I think it's pronounced Teom, from Finland, actually. A lot of the boys are complimenting it. I said it's cutting down the kicks. Anything to help. Oh, how did he get through there? That is amazing.
5.
Hasn't done him any favours.
Still has this red to the right corner, but that was incredible that it found its way through the middle of those 2 reds. And you can pop this in, come back for the blue, I think. Well, he's played with the element of safety for the yellow. That's very clever, actually. Just, it was a good pot, but he made sure he put distance between the cue ball and the reds if he'd have missed. Oh, what a good early chance this is.
Eight. 9.
Well, he was in that chair quite a lot in the first session.
He was. Breaks of 91, 76, 81, 56 and 70 from O'Sullivan this morning. Jimmy White, our Eurosport colleague, has been talking at length about how much work O'Sullivan has been putting in the build-up to this season on the practice table, and I think it's very clear to see that His cue ball control has been back to its very best in the last few weeks. Of course, he won the English Open.
Could have won the Champion of Champions if they'd drawn level of 9 apiece. Who knows what would have happened there?
Yes, he just missed out in the end to an excellent performance from Sean Murphy, but that final in Barnsley against Kyron Wilson, when he missed just 6 pots in the entire final.
Well, he was unplayable, wasn't he? And a couple of shots ago there when he played the pink, he played a nice little cannon to nudge a couple of reds out.
$31. 32.
Well,
39.
It was a beautiful split of the reds. Is he on a red?
I think he's okay, Phil. I think you can just see enough of this one to the right centre.
Touching ball.
It's touching ball if he wants to play it safe, but I think he can get this red and back for the black. Yes, he's okay.
And that's bad news for Judd Trump.
Well, slightly hampered here. That might help Judd, because you can't do much with the cue ball here. It looks fairly straight. Yep, you can play on the red to the middle.
This is going to be a harder pot than it should have been, though.
47.
Well, Ronnie's looked determined all week, hasn't he? And the fact that, you know, he flew out to China on the Monday, got there Tuesday, played 2 matches on the Wednesday, morning and evening. But he's looked determined all week. He's only dropped 6 frames
48.
to get here to the final. But Judd has only dropped 3 frames to get here to the final.
Yeah, and they were all in one match against Jack Lazowski in the semi-finals. 4 white washes from Trump, which was easier for him to achieve than for me to say. But O'Sullivan keeps the break going with another excellent pot.
Sorted out that appointment, have you? But, well, obviously there was a qualifying match before they came here. We were just talking about at the venue. So, on form, the best 2 players this week are here in this final. It's usually the case, of course. It's obvious to say.
51.
And what an opening salvo this is from O'Sullivan, keen to re-establish his dominance, having lost those back-to-back frames at the end of the first session. Try and douse any hope that Trump might have had coming in here this evening of a big comeback.
58.
I remember Jimmy White losing
59.
a ranking final to Cliff Thorburn back in the 80s from 7-0 up, eventually losing 12-10.
Centuries have been flying in. This man at the top of the tree with a 144. There's been
66.
49 so far this week. Could this be number 50?
67.
Nothing Trump can do about this.
No.
O'Sullivan got in with a good long red. He already has the highest break of the tournament, the 144, which will net him a further £3,000 unless it's beaten.
74.
Well, he's had to jump over a couple of hurdles in this break, but apart from that, it's been immaculate.
75. $82.
He's had 904
$83.
career centuries. Quite incredible.
This would be his 4th of the week.
Ah, well, unless this is a plant. Just overhit that, played on the reds to the right centre. Well, it would be a bonus if it is a punt, but because he didn't play there. Go on, get in. Oh, that's a little bit of a bonus there.
And he is very keen to get to the magical 1,000 century mark, so he'll be pleased to see that plant disappear.
98. 99.
Well, what can you say? This has been superb again. No nonsense from Ronnie here. He's come out determined for the early kill.
The only thing missing from the performance, as Trump watches on so far from the rocket, was a century. He's put that right.
5.
Cueing quite superbly.
108.
Possible 130 if he does clear up. No clearance, but that was a fine break. A real statement of intent from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He wants this done and dusted as quickly and as efficiently as possible as he moves to within 2 frames of victory. 8 frames to 2. Is there any way back for Judd Trump from here? Seems unlikely. Yes.
Well, that was a fraction away from hitting the pink.
What a task Trump now has on his hands. He's got to win 8 of the next 9 frames against an in-form Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, and if Ronnie gets this one, you've got to say it's all over, really. It's just a question of when and not if. No disrespect to Judd. I've swapped places with him. But Ronnie's in the mood. And when he's in the mood and everything's going well, as we know, is a handful.
Their second meeting this season, O'Sullivan winning at the new invitational event in Hong Kong 6-5. Another close one between this pair. There have been many. Trump, of course, beat O'Sullivan in last season's European Masters by the odd frame.
It's pretty good from Judd there. The yellow and the brown, a big target to get in behind here. I mean, Ronnie could play one of the reds down here near the top cushion, swinging around. But he's playing the one in the middle of the table. Just had a touch of check side on the white there to straighten up the cue ball. Tell you what, this bed of the table is playing really quick, Phil, isn't it?
It is, and yet in the earlier session it seemed to be a little on the sluggish side, as indeed it did yesterday. I thought in the O'Sullivan-Higgins semi-final. They really clothed the table, didn't they, ahead of the semis?
Yeah, always do that, yeah. But at the same time, it looked a bit sluggish. Whether it was the set of balls, I hope they changed the balls, because they just couldn't get the ball, move the white at all. So I assume that they might have changed the set of balls. But it's certainly playing better today. Oh, another mistake, double kiss. Has he left the red near the black?
The toughest task for Trump right now is to keep believing.
One.
But time is running out. Well, this would be amazing, really, for Ronnie. I mean, if he wins today, he goes to number 4. So don't forget Phil, where he was a couple of seasons ago when he took that year off, won the world title. He dropped down a few places, didn't he? So he'll be back in the top 4, but he's missed that one. That will annoy him. And he's opened things up.
One. One. 8. 9.
Both of these players will be on a plane to Belfast at the end of this final. They're both competing in the Irish Open, the second leg of the Home Nations, live on Eurosport and Quest, of course. Tickets still available, by the way. Should be a great tournament. O'Sullivan, of course, still has a theoretical chance at the
17.
elusive £1 million bonus if he wins all 4 of the Home Nations events.
Well, the way he's playing at the moment, heavy chance.
Well, if he wins in Belfast, things will start to get interesting.
Mm-hmm. You have to get $500,000 for winning 2.
I don't think Barry Hearn is that generous.
24. 25.
Slightly side door, but it went in. Yes, just looking at that next week, Judd here has got Stuart Carrington in the opening round in Belfast, and Ronnie's got the German lad Lucas Kleckers in the opening game. Still a matter of this this final, though, to be decided.
The first task for Trump is to try and get it to a final interval, which means, of course, he's got to win a couple of frames.
Yeah. Oh, well, his target coming out would have been 3-1 for him. I think he's just about on that. He's got the red on the right-hand side. I think he settled on plan A. I think it was more the concern of which colour to play on.
Well, ordinarily you get this black, but there's a lot of pressure on Trump at the moment. He just can't afford any mistakes, really. Very little room to manoeuvre now.
Well, he's opened up the 2 reds, but he has the red to the middle. Not sure if the pink goes, actually, but he's going down for one of the bulk colours anyway. Then come back for the red. So a 39-point lead with all these reds available.
41.
So it should be 8-3. Eight-5 at the interval. That could get interesting.
Well, the thing about Trump is he's one of those players, if he gets on a roll, he can do damage very quickly, and frames can come and go in the blink of an eye. That's exactly what he did against O'Sullivan in the UK final 3 years ago.
46.
He's got to hope he can do something like that again.
And he's also aware, Phil, that it's got to be one visit, isn't it? You know, one visit wins, really, with these frames. Got to keep Ronnie in his chair if he can. That's easier said than done.
52. 53. 60.
75 left, so a couple of reds to make sure of closing the gap.
61.
He's had to slow down. I think he's gone too far here. Played on the right-hand red of the 3, and it's travelled too far.
And he's not over the winning line. Needs another red.
Well, that was the only danger with that shot. He could have directly come down the right-hand side to play the red into the left corner, but he's gone too far. I don't think there's anything on here. There's nothing on the left-hand side either. Well, surely he's not thinking about trying to kick that in, not with the lead that he's got.
Which is 63 with 67 left.
Well, it was red and black, Phil, wasn't it? Frame over.
That's
clever, though. Putting the red there on the side cushion. It's a good visit, but he would have liked to killed off the frame there. He'll see, so you'll need another chance. And that's clever from Ronnie as well. He was trying to snooker Judd on the other reds and force him to play the one on the cushion. But I think he can see this one on the left-hand side. Might take it on. It's frame ball. He did. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He played in such a way that he was only going to leave that one, but what a great pot. So Ronnie now needs 2 snookers. That's some cueing from there, Phil.
Tremendous. I'd still rate him as the best single ball potter, long ball potter if you prefer, in the game when he's playing his best.
Drop 1.
Sullivan doing the maths. Needs a couple of snookers, as Mike mentioned.
Yes, worth playing on, especially where the yellow and the brown are. Just about got the snooker, I think. Just a little bit of discipline here from Judd, and it should be 8-3. The thing is, though, at this level, we've seen it before, Phil. You just can't take your foot off the gas, can you? You know, it's only 2 snookers. And Ronnie will take 2 or 3 reds with blacks here, and then possibly lay the snooker on the final red. You think you've won the frame, but you don't always.
8. Nine. $16. 17.
Well, I didn't want to come that far back for the black. It's fairly straight. He wanted to try and get down the table and be closer to the red. Still has a chance to lay a snooker from there, though. Eight-2 up, Phil, but still determined to win this frame.
It shows how good his mentality has been this season in particular, giving every ball 100%.
Well, he was hoping to put the red towards the cushion. So a chance here then for Judd to kill off this frame and make it 8-3. I can see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to push the black to the top cushion and pot the red at the same time. talk about 2 snookers, but it's only 1 snooker on the blue. Oh.
Well, there's one.
Yeah. Good hit. It's taking the pressure off. Oh, Ronnie might take red and black here and lay the snooker from the yellow.
One.
Yes, he was 40 points behind here. He can tie with a snooker on the blue. Must make the black though.
Eight.
Just wonder whether that's in his mind. He'll try a couple of snookers from the bulk colours, and then if he gets the opportunity, he might try and lay one from the blue actually. Just a little bit narrow.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
As things stand, 32 the difference.
Well, imagine if Ronnie got a really good snooker and then Judd hit the pink or the black in escaping. That would turn things around, and he's got the snooker here. What about that? Oh.
Making life as difficult as he possibly can for Trump, even though he's so far in front. He's trying to turn the screw here.
Yeah, and again, you just can't let up, can you, at this level? Don't go around it. Oh, only just. Huh.
Still 2 4-point snookers required for O'Sullivan.
That's another one, but Judd can get the left-hand side of the brown here. Just play a little kicker, cushion first. He gets right in behind it. Oh, well, that's okay. And he's got the green safe. That's a bonus. He didn't play it like that. He played cushion first to try and hold the white at that end, but the green going there is an added bonus.
Wowee, he very nearly missed the yellow there. That would have been careless.
Well, again, not that difficult to hit off the side cushion. Well, I think it's still a snooker actually behind the brown. I think Ronnie can just get the left-hand side of it. Well, this could end up a snooker. Huh. Nearly. And I I think Judd can just about get to the potting angle here, so if he pops this in, this frame is over, I think. Ronnie might just have a look and say, I've had enough. Not far away.
Trump 2, frame conceded.
Yeah, he has had enough.
Yes, Ronnie O'Sullivan remains in his chair, so Judd Trump keeps his very slim hopes alive by taking frame 11, but he's still got an awful lot to do. He now trails 8-3, Ronnie O'Sullivan, still just 2 frames away from being crowned champion. Well, the scheduled interval, of course, if O'Sullivan wins them, it's all over. But if Trump can win one of them, we are at least going to a final post-session interval of snooker. It would be a monumental performance from Judd Trump from here to emerge the winner, but he is fighting, he's giving it everything. Guaranteed £75,000, of course. Already he's back up to number 2 in the world behind Mark Selby and ahead of Ding Junhui, the reigning champion. Looking to screw the cue ball back towards Bort. But having failed to pop the red, didn't know where it was going to end up.
Yeah, and I think it will pass the yellow. Plenty of room. A chance for Ronnie then to get in again. This table is quick.
Yes, and it's appreciably picked up pace since the earlier session when at times it looked on the sluggish side, but it's certainly quickening up now. It was a thin cut on the blue to that left centre pocket, which let Trump in for the 60 break, which set up the previous frame for him.
7.
Well controlled.
$14. 15. 22. 23.
Trump wondering if he's going to get another opportunity in this frame. Still relatively early in the piece. Well, there's your answer. He will.
Well, that will annoy Ronnie because we know what a perfectionist he is. And it wasn't that difficult to get him behind that red. End of break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 30.
Well, 30. Should have been more.
Very rare to see a positional error like that from O'Sullivan with the way he's been playing of late.
Especially with a sort of a basic positional shot, wasn't it? Just a touch aside he needed to get him behind the red. Would have liked the save to have been a little bit better as well. Having said that, I think he's just allowing Judd to open up a few of these reds. Oh, quite open them up. Well, that was a
1.
big mistake from Ronnie there. I just wonder when he played the safety off the other red that he might have nudged it into a plant. Well, I think this is just a question, really, Phil, as we know. If Judd can get to the interval, you know, we just don't know what might happen after the interval.
Yes, and these are the sorts of frames that can plant a seed of doubt, because O'Sullivan was in,
4.
looking good to make a really sizable break, if not actually a frame-winning one. Now, if Trump can turn this around from 30 points behind, that'll give him a boost.
Nine.
Sounded like a mobile phone. By and large, the Shanghai crowd have been very good this week with making sure their phones are on silent or switched off.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've been very respectful of the players.
Ten.
Let's not forget as well, Phil, that this tournament was squeezed into the calendar, wasn't it? At the last minute, really, with the contract signed, and it's been a wonderful week.
Yes, the cream has certainly risen to the top.
Sixteen.
Just watching Ronnie in the chair there, Phil, he's looked very, sort of very relaxed all week, hasn't he? Good within himself, and, you know, and when he's like that, we know he's dangerous. Lovely cannon there.
22.
Were he to lose this frame, though, it would be, at the very least, a source of irritation. He'll still be 4 clear.
23.
But at one stage, he was 7 clear.
Yes, and the last frame before the interval will take on some importance.
$30.
Well, he could have done with that being a little bit higher, but it's not bad. He can still get the cannon here. Just got his nose in front now with that red. A good split here. It should be 8-4. Nicely done.
$38. $39.
3 reds potable, but he's going to need one of those 2 that are just together there. They go to the corner pocket. Might play another cannon down the line.
$46.
Trying to nudge them. He just landed a little bit straight on that red. I mean, he could nudge them again here. He needs them open, though. Oh. Well, knowing that he was still going to be on this red, but he's committed himself to the cannon there. Now he's slightly out of
52.
position.
Rest required. So, a bit of pressure on this one. But he is an outstanding rest player.
55.
Well, Not much angle on the black, though. He's going to have to play on one of these reds to the green pocket. Look at that. He can't get anywhere near the reds from there. So it's going to have to be the right-hand red, I think, to the green pocket. He's had a couple of attempts at trying to nudge them. Still needs a red and black after this, or red and colour after this one. That looks pretty good to me.
62.
Ronnie having to sit in this chair then for a change.
This is the all-important ball. If this goes in, should be 8-4.
And it has to go in because he's leaving the other red, and he's got it. Oh, well played. 33 the lead, needs the black. I'll tell you what, Phil, this has been some contribution. Missed it. He's missed it. Would you believe that? I mean, he's played in such a way to block the pocket, but I don't know whether that was a bad contact. No, I think it was just a misjudgment.
Hit it thick.
Ronnie still has the chance then to steal this frame. 33 in it, 35 at the table. Black waiting. Just got to be careful here. There's nothing safe. That wasn't expected though, that miss on the black.
Seemed to have done the hard work when he potted the long-range red.
Not quite the snooker. I think Judd can see some of this red past the blue. Let's have a look. Oh, well. There's not much there. He might have to come off the cushion. Unless he plays a little swerve, and he's slightly hampered with the green as well. This could be interesting. Imagine if he plays a swerve and then pushes the red onto the black.
And coming off the cushion is a lot more tricky.
And it's only one snooker.
No snookers.
Oh, what am I saying? Of course it is, yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh. Good hit. Well, Ronnie might have a go at this with the black hanging. One good pot. Guaranteed to be on the black, really. And there's nothing safe. Oh, I'll tell you what. Well, if he clears here, this will hurt Judd.
It was a great red. He's still got work to do to get from black to yellow.
Yeah, and they're always tricky out there when they're near the pockets. It's difficult to judge sometimes. Just miss the middle pocket, which he has done, but he needs it, sort of needs that to bounce a little bit. He's done well there. Still needs a good touch here though, from yellow to green. But if he gets this one right, I think it's 9-3.
Well, what a frame this has been. O'Sullivan first in with 30, played for him a poor positional shot, played safe, or at least he thought he had. Trump potted a plant from long range
30.
And looked to have done all the hard work, only to miss a relatively straightforward black. And now O'Sullivan, courtesy of that great red, with a chance to inflict potentially fatal pain here.
Yeah, and the snooker they laid before that was excellent as well, wasn't it? We saw on Hawkeye's view there was just a little bit sticking out, but Judd decided to go across the table off the cushion, and
20.
it looks like it's cost him. 9-3, Phil, that is a long way back. I can't see it really.
One good positional shot.
28.
Well, hang on though. Hang on. Where's he going? Ooh, touch of side on the white. Now then.
There's no question this table has really sped up.
Well, he's come this far. I think he'll take this on.
He's got it. That was a pressure pot for O'Sullivan. It would have been a hard frame for him to lose from that position, having lost prime position on the black, but I think he enjoyed that one. And that is a hammer blow for Judd Trump as he falls 9-3 behind. The Rocket needs just one more to be crowned Shanghai Masters champion for a second time. Dramatic frame we've just seen, which could have gone either way, swung one way and then the next, and in the end, Ronnie O'Sullivan potting a pressure black to pinch it after Trump looked on the cusp of closing the gap to 8-4, and you just saw the steely expression on O'Sullivan's face there, Mike, as he left the arena. He knew how important that was.
Yeah, as you said, it was a hammer blow, a massive hammer blow for Judd Trump. That just stopped Judd in his tracks, really, of any thoughts of trying to get back into this match. 8-4 could have been 8-5. And as you say, you could see Ronnie's expression as he went out. He really meant that. And I think the fact is he went for the black. I mean, there's no point in going that far and just playing a safety. OK, he might have played a good safety 2 or 3 shots later. Judd had the chance on the red, on the black. Didn't take it, but what a blow that was. Ooh.
And what a black, because there was pressure on that. O'Sullivan would have been furious with himself had he missed it. And just given Trump a little bit of hope at 8-4, but 9-3, there's very little left.
Well, can he take us into the interval? That's what you'll be thinking. But that was a superb clearance.
And you're from 13,
Ronnie.
Jack, time for break.
Ronnie wants to get the job done here as well. He doesn't want that to go into an interval and just sit in the dressing room for 15 minutes. Let's get this done out of here. Of course, we'll have the trophy presentation, the checks, everything like that. We know that, but he wants the job done here and now in this frame.
Yes, and it bears repeating that 3 years ago, UK Championship final, O'Sullivan led 9-4. Trump then got on a tremendous roll and levelled the match at 9-all before O'Sullivan got over the line.
That's clever. A double kiss to send the white back down the table. You've got to make sure you hit that fullish. He caught the red on the way back. It wasn't bad, but the trouble, if you don't get it fullish, they go sideways. But it's effective if you can hit it well. Well, that's unlucky to leave the red there, because he played it very well with the check side, but he's come through the gap. Wasn't clean. That's why he's lost the cue ball. He's just caught the red on the thin side. Still has the yellow. There is a red in the... Well, there's one just behind the pink spot. I'm not sure about that, but there's one in the middle of the pack as well. It's one frame at a time for Judd.
Tremendous pot. It's do or die now for Trump. No question he's going to go for it if he has a chance.
4.
Well, if it was an ours, I think he played on the... People are saying he's not on the black, but he has the pink. hard. End of break. Pink having to go behind its own spot.
Ten.
Pretty good.
He's still giving it everything, Trump. It's a nigh-on hopeless situation, but he's going to battle and battle and hope for a minor miracle.
Yeah, let's not forget that Judd was 7-0 behind.
The 17th meeting between this pair, remember, 8 wins each. Tremendous rivalry. One of the most attractive head-to-heads you could wish for.
What about that one with John and Ronnie yesterday? 60 matches and 3 draws. It was 56 normal matches and 3 draws. In fact, yesterday's match was their 57th. We'll get there in the end. A chance here. A chance to pot this red and hopefully go around the back of the black. Struck it beautifully.
One.
Nicely done. The red behind the black. Spot on the cushion is a problem. That's why he's looking at the blue here.
Blue ball.
There was a red available, 2 reds available to the left corner. Gone for the middle. Oh, hang on. He's overcut it, has he? Has he overcut it? Oh.
Well, goodness knows how that dropped, but it did.
Well, that would have been halfway on your normal club table.
It's amazing how much this table has sped up from the first session of the final. Earlier on today, it seemed pretty sluggish. Now, it's like a pane of glass.
No, I just wonder, I don't know, have they had a refit overnight, put a new cloth on, possibly? Change the set of balls. Totally different to yesterday.
Trump 6.
Well, that's made a difference because that red has come across and blocked the black into the left corner. So Ronnie might have taken on the red to get on the black, but he might not do that now. Might be looking to come off the pack here, back for the blue. Well, he missed the pack altogether, but he's on the blue. Struck that well.
He's so ambidextrous, O'Sullivan, that he doesn't use the rest all that often. Doesn't need to, but when he does, he's very proficient with it.
Just got to be careful here to avoid the bulk colours in pot and the blue. Well, that was always the danger.
Six. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
Nearly fluked it. Didn't want to do that. There's room for Ronnie to get the cue ball through that gap down for the blue, one of the book colours. Well, he doesn't need a second invitation with those. I think the black will go definitely to the left corner, possibly to the right. So, but there's certainly the blue available anyway to put a few points on the board. Just wonder whether he might run into them here off this green. Got to be careful if he's playing with a little bit of pace. Looks good. Oh, hang on. Is that cue ball stuck?
4.
Well, I think that's on. Yes, that is on. Got to do something with the cue ball though to get on the colour. And he's done that. Played it really well.
5.
He's cueing well, Phil, isn't he? I mean, you know, if he captures this one today, he goes to Ireland, you know, is the man in form.
Yeah, for my money, cueing as well as he's done for a couple of seasons, O'Sullivan. Even better than he was
7.
when he won his record 7th Masters title at the start of this year. Celebrates his 42nd birthday, remember, next month.
8.
It is the longevity of O'Sullivan at the very top, which is one of the more remarkable facets of his extraordinary career.
Yeah, well, he's probably the fittest guy on the circuit as well. Although he doesn't do a lot of running these days because he cracked his ankle again, didn't he, a couple of months back?
Yes, Trainergate.
Is that what it was? That's what they call it?
13.
Or have you just thought of that?
14.
Well, there was a little bit of controversy when he had to wear trainers at the English Open and then was told they were the wrong colour. In the end, all was well.
19. 20.
Well, it's what we call, it's got this cue ball on the string. Mine used to be on a rope.
25.
But it's nice when these tables are this fast because you can just stroke the balls around the table.
26.
Starting to hit that one slightly, but he's okay. Again, we'll have to negotiate the book colours. Done that. Slow down. Ooh, slow down.
31.
Well, he's hardly hit that. Just look where the white's finished. That's one of Joe's, wasn't it? We said Billy Whiz with a bit of fizz on.
Yeah, this is a very thin cut. And he's overcut it, overcompensated.
Well, I mean, I can't believe where the white's finished from the blue. Incredible.
So, that didn't prove to be the killing thrust. 21 the lead for O'Sullivan, but still 67 on the table.
The pressure's still on for Judd, though. He's had a quick look at the black here. Well, he thought about taking that red on, go on the black, but he would be leaving everything. That's why he's waiting. That was a, well, right choice, really, at this stage. That's pretty good. Well, that was a big shot. He committed himself. And he might land nicely on the pink. He's definitely on the blue. That was a good pot, that. Fully committed.
And this is a pretty good chance to steal.
Mm.
And extend this match into a final interval.
That needs to slow down. We'll get a nice cannon. Actually, it looks good. Ooh,
6.
very nice.
Seven.
Play a little cannon here between the two reds. That's unlucky. That really is unlucky. Anything but that.
Well, he couldn't have hit it any better, could he?
Yeah.
12.
It was very unfortunate.
Yeah, he just wanted to sort of hit the right-hand one about quarter ball. That would have been perfect, and have thrown the cue ball into the black. But, well, as you say, Phil, I mean, if he sets it up again, he'll probably get 8 out of 10. Ronnie just needing one more chance, though, to claim this Shanghai Masters title. And that's not overly clever. He's been a little bit fortunate there to leave it above the yellow.
Very fortunate. He knew as soon as he hit that he hadn't hit it well.
Yeah, he was a bit anxious as the cue ball went down the table.
And that was the difference between O'Sullivan going for a red and playing safe.
It's a pretty good safety, though. Judd has to be careful here. 9 points behind. They're all open. And we saw that what Ronnie did in the last frame. That looks pretty good, though, to me. And just look at the touch, the pace there. It's amazing how they do it time and time again, Phil, isn't it? They get this. I mean, it's a wonderful touch on these fast tables. It really is. Again, it's an art. It's a skill. This red goes, though. Ooh. Where's it going to finish? Well, he can't cut that back in.
O'Sullivan's turn to get a bit lucky. Could easily have left the red, and the chance for Trump to clear up.
Yes, Ronnie able to use the pink and black as a stopper there, the red.
Just a reminder, by the way, that tickets for the Northern Ireland Open are available via the worldsnooker.com website. There's still a few up for grabs, so get booking. Starts on Monday, of course, in Belfast. It's a bit pacey.
Need some cover. Looks pretty good to me.
Certainly open things up again.
Don't know whether Judd can get through to the middle one though, Phil, past the black. Let's have a look. Ooh, might be able to. It's tight. Here we go then. What can you say?
Well, his long game since the resumption has been outstanding.
Well, I mean, absolutely brilliant, knowing who's leaving the other red.
I mean, I suppose you could say the pressure's off Trump now, because it's a seemingly hopeless task with 6 down and 7 to play, but even so, terrific pot. And it's given him a great chance to extend this match that little bit further.
8.
Well, how well did he cue those two?
Scores level then, 35 remaining. Final red's going to need a bit of potting.
Has a slight angle on the blue though to come over for the red. Well, he might have to wait for that victory, and of course let's not forget that we're into an interval after this one. I don't know why he's played it that way. Why did he play the cannon? Just stun over for the red. It was potable.
Well, it was odd because he seemed to be
14.
sizing up the spot where he wanted to leave the cue ball off the blue. In the event, he decided to try and move it.
Well, I think the cloth was very reactive there, and he's just got too much backspin. But it does mean he's given Ronnie another chance. We thought this frame was going to be over
14.
and going into that interval. But
Still up for grabs.
this looks pretty good. It's a big target actually off the left-hand cushion. You never know, you know. They could finish up pot in this and clearing. Oh, or that. And he might have got one back. Well, what can you say, Phil?
He won't be asking to take that one again.
Well, Judd was fully entitled to possibly be on the red here. Something left from Ronnie, but oh, now then.
Well, he was miles away with that one.
Could this be a free ball?
Foul. And miss.
It might be a free ball, which is a disaster. It's a free ball, and he can take the blue as the red. Wow.
Well, he missed getting out of the snooker by a long way there, Trump. Got the angle all wrong.
Blue ball.
Well, will it cost him the frame and the match? Ronnie's already nominated the blue.
Yes, and the pressure is lessened by the fact that he's not going to be leaving anything on if he misses the blue.
It's just clearing the way for the blue here. Bit of housekeeping. Keep the concentration together. A chance to win the match. He's on the yellow as well. He's got a slight angle coming behind this red. Well, that I mean, okay, Ronnie was lucky to get the snooker back, Phil, but that was a bad misjudgment from Judd, wasn't it? Like he said, he was a mile away. Anything but straight here, which it is. Oh, now then, Ronnie leads by 2. This could be the end for Judd Trump.
This is the shot. If he gets this right, it's going to be curtains, I think. Well, what a performance Ronnie O'Sullivan has put on here in China. The big disappointment of losing the Champion of Champions final to Sean Murphy. He got on the plane.
9.
And he has produced some wonderful stuff all week, and he's done it again when it's really mattered.
Did a lot of damage in the opening session, of course, but the last frame when he cleared with the black to the black was well, that was a big blow for Judd.
在场观众保持安静。
Peggy Lee just asking the audience just to be quiet for these last now 3 colours.
16.
He only needs this one. This for the title. Is he on the pink? You bet he is. Two snookers required for Trump. He won't get the chance to play for them. That's what it means to him. That's ranking title number 30 for Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan. What a display. What a roar from the crowd. He loves Shanghai. He loves to entertain, and he's done it in style once again, beating one of the best players in the world who's been in terrific form by the proverbial country mile. 10 frames to 3, £150,000. But much more important to this man, closing in on his 42nd birthday, he is the Shanghai Masters champion for 2017. Well played, Ronnie O'Sullivan.